Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get Hitman 1 missions on Hitman 3 for Xbox One. So this is specifically for Xbox One because I have dealt with it myself. Maybe this applies to PS or PC or any other platforms, but I can't say for sure because I have not tried it out myself. And again, many people are facing these issues where they're not getting their older games missions on the new game, and everyone's situation is kind of different based on what they have bought and what they haven't, and in which part of the process they are in. So I followed the whole pre-game guide that was published by IOI, and I still couldn't get it to work. And I saw a bunch of other posts on Reddit and Twitter, which were, discussing various approaches to get this working, and I still couldn't get it. The main problem here is that in spite of doing everything, you cannot get the GOTY Upgrade Edition access pass to install on Hitman 3, and that is the main problem. So if you go to the store or if you click get access on the missions that are not available, and it takes you to the store, and over there it says it is for $30. So it basically says that you don't own it, you need to buy it. Or in some cases, for some people, it may also say that you own it, but nothing happens once you click on it. So that's the main problem why these missions are not available on Hitman 3. So here I'll be showing you what the problem is exactly. So if this is something that you have seen or you're facing, maybe this video will help you. So I searched for the Hitman 3 GOTY in the store, and this is the access pass that I'm talking about. So this access pass is needed if you want to be able to play Hitman 1 locations on Hitman 3. And this one contains, it is a bundle and it contains two things in it. So complete season and the GOTY upgrade. So this is needed, and you can see it says I own this, but when I go into it, there's nothing in there. There's nothing to install, and there's also nothing installed, even though I have it installed actually. This is on this Xbox, everything's working fine. So this is the main thing that is the problem, and it seems like it could be an issue with the store, or I don't know if it's the integration with the store or there's something wrong here. And if I search for access pass, there's a Hitman 2 gold pass, and some people have been facing issues with this as well. I didn't personally face anything with this. I got it installed automatically when it realized that I have this entitlement. And you can see that it showed two things installed there, right? But it didn't show anything for the GOTY 1 edition. So the main thing is to get that GOTY edition access pass installed somehow. And that access pass contains two things, the complete season and the GOTY upgrade. And those two things cannot be installed separately. They have to be installed as part of this bundle. So I couldn't get this bundle installed no matter what using the store. And even you can see here that there's no way in the store that shows, it's installed or not. So one of the things in the FAQ says that you have to have Hitman 2 starter pack. So if you're facing this issue, make sure you have that installed because a lot of people said that after installing the starter pack, this issue was fixed for them. So make sure you have that installed. So let's quickly go over how the starter pack is to be installed and what it has. So if you're not already aware, just search for Hitman starter pack and it should show up. So here, you can see I own this already because I have it installed already. And if I go in here, it shows me Hitman 2, the base game, or I don't know what that is. It shows me two things installed, and there's nothing else to install here. So for some people, this fixed the issue. For some, it didn't. So now let's go over how to install the GOTY upgrade pass to get the actual Hitman 1 missions. So up until then, if you have not followed anything from the pre-game guide, make sure you do. So now let's go over how I got the GOTY upgrade pass installed in my case. So there have been many Reddit posts that I've seen with different suggestions, and based on the comments, I see that it worked for some people, for some it didn't. And I stumbled upon this one particular Reddit post, which was posted by user GNSG11. It was a screenshot of a review from Xbox for the bundle, I guess, from the Xbox store. And This was something that I had never tried out before. So, I was intrigued and I was like, okay, there's nothing to lose. Let me try this out. So it basically suggests that we have to remote install this bundle onto the Xbox. So to do that, let's see how to do that here. So just go to the Xbox store on the browser. You can even use the Xbox companion app if you want. Make sure you have signed into that companion app with the account that you're expecting to play a Hitman game on the Xbox. So after signing in, here just search for Hitman 3 GOTY. In my case, I don't know if it shows up like this pre-populated for you. Maybe it didn't. Just search for Hitman 3 GOTY upgrade. Actually, you can see here that it says it's for $30, even though I have it installed and everything's working. And this I saw at the first time as well. And you can see the bundle has two things, the GOTY upgrade and the complete first season. And now one thing I saw that I clicked on this and you can see that it is part of the bundle. You cannot get it by itself. Now, when I go back to the bundle, you can see somehow now it realized, oh, I have it, and let's install this on my devices. So that's great. So if you see this already, or if you see the $29.99, and you can do this and see if you can get that to say that, hey, you own this, and so let's install it. So I'm gonna try to install it on Xbox One here. So this is my Xbox. Your Xbox should be listed here. And once you click install, it should start triggering the install on your Xbox. So like it says here, and once you look at your Xbox, there should be something that says, oh, it's installing. So that would basically install this upgrade on your Xbox, and hopefully then everything works for you. If you're having issues with the Hitman 3 Access Pass for Hitman 2, like Gold Edition or anything else, you can try similar things and see if it works for you that way. In some cases, your remote features may not be enabled on your Xbox, because to do this, you need to have remote features enabled. And if it's not enabled, you can't really do anything remotely. Like, you cannot install anything remotely like that. So to enable remote features, let's go over that quickly. So if you're like me, you probably don't have remote features enabled, and so they are in devices and connections inside remote features. So click on enable, and now it tests your setup. This is 3 times the speed, so it takes some time to test your setup. And then you can see that it says power saver, energy saving mode, it's not happy with that. So let's change that to instant on, like it suggested. And now I think everything's set. Make sure, if you're using your Xbox app, make sure that, you're allowing it, the Xbox app to be remotely connected to this Xbox. Okay, now on to testing if remote install is actually working. So to test this, you can probably try it with your Access Pass, but I'm just going to show you here that it does work. So in my case, I have everything installed for Hitman 3. So I'm going to try another game which I own, but it's not installed on my Xbox. So Mafia 3 Definitive Edition, this bundle, I own it. And let's try to install the base game from it. So you can see that it says, I own this. So let's install on my devices. So here I select my Xbox and you say, okay, now let's switch the screen to the Xbox. You can see nothing's happening here, and then now suddenly something has started installing. So that was triggered by the remote install feature. And if I go here and look at the queue, you will see that Mafia has started installing. And once it installed, it'll show up in the recently installed, the tiles up, which are up there. And you can see the last thing I installed was in fact the Hitman Access Pass. So if you have successfully gotten through with this and your install was triggered, you can confirm that you actually have everything by going into the Manage Game Add-ons for the Hitman 3 game. And you can see all the Access Passes being installed here. And hopefully this works for you, and you have no problems. But there could be additional problems where your remote install doesn't work. Like, you trigger it but nothing happens. And if that happens, then make sure that you power cycle your Xbox, and by that I mean remove the power cable, and just in case if it's wired, also remove the Ethernet cable, though I don't think it matters. But keep it removed for 1 minute or more, and then put it back in, and then after that boot the Xbox. And for that, when you shut down, make sure you do a full shutdown instead of just that whatever the instant on does, because I don't think it's a full shutdown. There's a separate setting for full shutdown. And then once you start it back, try again, and hopefully hopefully those remote features work for you, and then the remote install does not face any more problems. So this is how I got it working for me, thanks to that Reddit post which I stumbled upon. And I thought I'll make a video out of it so that it helps everyone else, because not everyone must have seen that post. So hopefully this works for you. Let me know in the comments if you see any problems, or you're not able to follow any of the steps. That is it. Thank you for watching.